Hello, back to Sage here on the Sage channel, and yesterday, that would be Tuesday, as per usual, Medieval Engineers updated, and they added in some fancy feast goody goodness, and that would be, they added in some more NPCs. They have also added a few other things. Now, for these NPCs to do anything, they need to have some rubble nearby, and I'll demonstrate that by placing a stone right here. So there we go, there's a little stone, and they go running for it, and there you go, one of them picked it up. And what they do basically is wherever you spawn them in, because if you go to your bots section right here, you can see there's a peasant. That's what they are. They're slaves, or you can call them peasants. And you see they'll try to take it back to their spawn point. And I spawned him sitting in that cart there, so he's gone back and dropped off the stone at his spawn point. And you can see the other ones that were nearby also ran over to the stone like, oh my god, it's a stone. It's very early AI, and they've said they're going to improve upon it. Because right now you'll notice that sometimes they will... You can't plan that, can you? You just can't plan that. Hold on. Where the bodies despawn? Oh, what they? Why? Oh my god. The AI is very early stages, okay? So obviously, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to, while you're mining away, the idea is they would come, grab stone, and take it back to wherever you spawn them in, so you could have them basically channeling your supplies around. So if I was to spawn in a few more of these are the bigger stones. Maybe they won't trip up on these as much. Let's go ahead and spawn one in. So he should pick it up. Yep, there we go. He's levitating it with his mind. There we go, and carries it back and drops off and goes back, gets another one. And they keep doing that. And they have some very, very simple pathfinding. So if I was to go ahead and really quickly, excuse me, friend, you are no longer needed. I said you were no longer needed. I said excuse me. I said goodbye. I said auf Wiedersehen. Alright, so as you see, I've built a bit of a wall here, and he's getting the very last little tiny one right now. Hopefully, he's gone up to it. He's staring up in the sky. There we go. He's got it. When he looks down, it seems like he actually looks up. It's a bit finicky, but again, they just add it. So there we go. He's all done. Well, they are supposed to have some very simple pathfinding, so if I was to go ahead and place another rock here, I've pressed J to switch to just being able to place it wherever. I drop that there. You can see he's run and he's pathfinded right into a wall. So their simple pathfinding is even simpler than I thought. I thought he'd sort of make his way around the wall or find a doorway, but nope. No such luck. So anyway, you get the gist of those. Very simple. They're supposed to just go ahead and collect stuff as you mine. I can demonstrate a little bit more in here if I was to actually go ahead and place one right there. And you can place up to 3 of them, I should say. So I could go ahead and place more, but they can be a bit finicky, obviously. As you saw when the 3 I had spawned originally ran into each other and then randomly, spontaneously murdered one another. There we go. And so let's grab a pickaxe now, though. And we'll go ahead and mine a little bit of this. Left clicking. There we go. Ka-tink, ka-tink, ka-tink. There we go. There's a stone. And apparently it's too far away for him to see it. Ka-tink, ka-tink, ka-tink. Okay, I thought it only took 3 clicks. Why is this taking 300? There we go. Apparently this is too far away from him. So, yeah, they're not that useful right now, but you get the idea. And I've now taken out some of my own scaffolding. Anyway, you get the basic idea of those. Other things they did in this update, well, besides adding some AI that are fairly finicky, and again, as I said, you can have 3 of them, a max of 3, and you see they're all trying to go over there to grab rocks and bring it back to their spawn point. You can still have your good old barbarians in, and you can have a maximum of 4 barbarians now, which these guys, I don't know. Now, I did expect the barbarians to be attacking the peasants. Unfortunately, it would appear that the peasants don't really get attacked by them. What? Okay, so yeah, the AI seems a bit extra loopy today. Again, it's all early days. I'm pretty sure they're going to continue to improve this and it'll end up being a lot better the long term, but right now they just wanted to get stuff in there and then they'll slowly make it better and better, just like they did with Space Engineers. Other things they did in today's update would be they added in some fog that has like a 10% chance or so of happening in the early morning. So if you got your day cycle going on, if it gets too early morning, oops, it won't just appear at the other side. There we go. Gets to early morning, sometimes you have a chance of getting some fog in. We don't appear to have gotten any this time in, though. But you get the gist of that, too. And it's pretty cool they've updated this since the last time I really played with it. You can see nighttime actually does smoothly go to nighttime now. You don't end up with like, oh, it's daytime, but still super dark and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Wow, that guy just took out a cart for the heck of it. That was not very nice. Why did you do that, mister? Another thing they added today, and let's actually, well, these guys are still moving that around. While everything's being pulled around, you can now push and pull stuff. And I'm not just talking about the good old run into it and push it about like he did. I'm talking you have a character tool right here, so you can go ahead and select the manipulation tool, walk up to something, and right-click on it. And you see I did a little crouch there. And now that I'm walking backwards, I'm actually pulling this along. Don't you hit my cart. Don't you hit my cart, bastard. And so yeah, you can see I can pull this. Stop chasing after my cart. So you can pull this along and move it about, and you can of course also push it along. Also, I am walking right now because if you look at your keyboard, there is a question mark button. Go ahead and hit that and it'll toggle between the two. I think technically it's counting as a slash button. Yeah, it's not really the question mark button. But yeah, if you hit that slash button, it'll allow you to walk slower. So right now you can see if I hit that again, I can walk this quick. I hit it again, and now I'm walking a lot slower. So it's easier to be on that walk mode when you're actually pulling stuff along, because if I was on the normal walk quickly mode, and I was to go ahead and grab this and start running with it, you can see it can end up pulling it a bit quickly, and I've gotten stuck under here a few times before, which isn't exactly ideal. Also, I have found that if you have NPC good guys in here, so let's go ahead and plop one of these bastards in there, and it's getting pushed around a little bit, you can usually pull this along. So I've grabbed it, and you can see I can pull it along, but the NPC seems to want to stop it, so it's a bit finicky there. Let's switch back to walk mode and walk with it. Oh my goodness! Sir, please come with me. I don't want you flying through the sky right now. Sir, why is that happening? Okay, so some finickiness again with, okay, I don't understand why that's happening, but it is. You can also go ahead and pick up those rocks. So if we were to go back to our mining area, I was going to spawn some in, but I figure, you know what, we'll go back to our mining area here. I forgot that I had collapsed all this, so it's a bit more finicky than expected. But you can go ahead and right-click on a rock, and it will levitate up. And usually your arms pop out, but they seem to have glitched on me. And then I believe you can left-click to throw it, or right-click to drop it. But of course, this rock's so heavy, me throwing it, it doesn't really go anywhere. Can I also pick up these? Aha! So you can also now move around just other pieces of wood and stuff, not just full constructs that you've built, which makes sense. Theoretically, we might even be able to, if we were to go ahead and spawn in a torch. So let's go ahead and do this, just a real quick test. A torch, there we go. That was a tool. I didn't want to equip the tool, you son of a Don Quixote. I wanted to take the block, spawn in a wall torch, press a J, that way I can spawn it anywhere, bring it nice and close, and just drop it right here. There we go. And so now we can go ahead and use that pickup tool, and can we just pick this up? Yes, we can. So now we could have, instead of the held torch, you could have your own hovering random magic torch that you now drag around with you and take out into the dark forest to, well, do whatever one does in the dark forest. Even though, because it's sitting on the ground, it looks like most of its light is being obscured by the blades of grass slightly. Either that, or I guess maybe it just doesn't have that far of a range. Can we go into spectator mode and see what that looks like? I am hovering the torch of the Lord. And there's the fog I was talking about. Perfect timing. Now having the fog. For some reason, me turning around the other way, this torch didn't move around the other way. Now it looks like I'm just dancing in the forest with a torch. Calling out to my pagan ancestors, eh? Anyway, there we go. That's that. I think that's the majority of stuff for this update. Yeah, I think that's most everything. No longer have to worry about, well, I don't know what I was going to say there. You have to worry about many things. Hey guys, that's really it for this update. You can also, by the way, they did patch it so you can't just run into these and make them move anymore, but you can use that hand tool to grab a hold of it, and then when you run, it moves with you again. So that's back, even if it requires a bit more work. So Flintstone Mobile is back. Oh, and also these were just the idea that I'd be putting stone in these carts, but I figured against it. Hey guys, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I forgot another thing right here. This little son of a gun, this is a pointy roof. It's the whole reason I built this building and then forgot. They have added another roof. So if we were to go ahead and go to our normal roofing piece here, the roof tile, and you scroll through that, you have your bog standard, you got your little corner thing, you got your little sharp corner thing, and now you got this nice little small smooth corner thing, which I've used up here on, I thought I was just running to hit it, which I've used up here on this right here on the other side, so you can see you can make some nice curved around things now. And I think I used one corner on this building over here. Yes, I did, to have that. And of course, this is sort of instead of those really, really tall ceilings, which sometimes you want those, like at the top of a mage tower. Maybe, ideally, I would have used it also on this little tower right here. I think it would look nice. but at that one there, it felt right only to have the smaller version right there. So anyway, that's just the idea behind that little castle, showing that off. It's a pretty cool thing. That's probably my favorite thing out of this update, the NPCs. It's awesome to have them, adding them in there. Their functionality is not there yet, but I wouldn't really say they're worth messing around much with. But just knowing that the devs are working on NPCs is very exciting. But right now, the thing you'll probably end up poking about with most in this update is the new nice little roof pieces. Oh, and something I forgot to mention in the previous update is that, I should actually just make sure I mention it, is where to go now. Where to go? These little support pillars, which have always caused me such grief, but I've wanted to use everywhere, well, they now actually do act as support pillars. Instead of making your structures less structurally integral, they'll actually keep them better now. So, to keep them better, make them not want to fall over as much. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks a bunch for watching. Hopefully this was informative and enjoyable, and those don't really have a breaking state, do they? They just sort of crumble into nothingness. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks a bunch for watching, and I shall see you... Can I grab this and move it? Yeah, I can. Next time. Ta-ta! I put a hole in the wall here somehow. Or maybe an NPC did. Can I get in? No. No. I'm stuck now. Oh.